This is Uncovering Sports. Welcome to Uncovering Sports. I am Cactus Hamilton Barrett alongside the Brutalizer, Brendan Coleman. And heads up, we've got breaking news.
I don't know what that was.
Leveon Bell has been franchise tagged.
Drama.
What does this mean?
It means he's retiring.
I guess so. Le'Veon Bell said that if he was franchise tagged by the Pittsburgh Steelers, he was going to retire.
Do you believe him?
I've bought so into this story now. Should I believe him?
That's what they want you to believe.
If you read .com, I'm sure it's all over the place.
You know what? I don't buy it.
You don't?
No.
Neither do I. It's a work.
It's a work.
Debunked. We'll put our stamp on it.
Yep. If he retires, I will eat a shoe. I've heard that's a...
No.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to hold you to it.
Right.
We'll do it live on air. If he retires before the league year the season begins, you're eating a shoe. I get to pick the shoe.
Oh, man.
It's going to be a brand new shoe.
Ugh.
Oh, you want a used shoe?
I feel like a brand new shoe would be tougher.
That's true. You want one that's worn in a little bit.
Yeah.
But maybe he's gone through the wash. And I don't think that I feel like you don't want that marinade.
All right, let's move on.
The Le'Veon Bell thing is a work, is what we're getting at.
Yes.
That otherwise, he wouldn't be willing to eat a shoe. This is a great example of how a lot of these off-season storylines work, right? This is what we call a team storyline. And that is just because the team comes up with a story. The league comes up with a lot of stories. Teams come up with stories. In the off-season, it's sort of on teams to keep themselves relevant and keep themselves in the media spotlight. And they choose to do it in different ways.
Yeah, this is the Steelers' version of the Aaron Rodgers might become a free agent because of some loophole thing.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, same exact thing. The league usually spends its time dealing with the bigger, more dramatic stories of the off-season, like, the Gates of the world, Spies, Deflates.
All the Gates.
All the Gates.
Antonio.
Damn it, you beat me to it. Teams can do whatever they want, really, within reason. And the league's obviously going to run it on .com and everywhere else, as that's what they're there to do. But, and I'm sure we're going to hear this all offseason long, will he, won't he? Will he join the ball? But he's going to play.
He's going to play. No doubt about it.
And he's going to be happy to do it.
Oh, yeah. He loves Pittsburgh. He just said that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I believe that part.
I'm sure I believe that part. I don't think he's working us there. That'd be weird.
That would be weird. If he said he loved Indy, that'd be pretty weird. But
well, sure. Who says that?
No one. There's a reason Peyton Manning left.
You heard it here first. So that's the big news, I would say, of the day. What else is going on in the NFL world, though? It's the off season, so it's kind of slow. We have to dig deep to find stuff sometimes.
That's true. Did you hear today that Ed Hockley is retiring?
No!
Everyone's favorite ref.
Man.
Those jacked ref. He's hanging them up.
He's hanging up the stripes.
So is Jeff Triplett.
What? Two?
Two refs.
Who do we have left?
Gene Steratore is still around.
Why? Of all of the refs that I didn't think would have a job going into next season after the Super Bowl botch, if you didn't hear last week's show, push pause, go back, listen to that really quick, because we do have a segment about Gene Steratore's rather large blunder in the Super Bowl, where he was calling spots on a hot mic. Grandest stage of them all. Is he the senior referee now?
He is, yeah. I think the fans really appreciated it.
Did the fans appreciate it?
Sure. He's edgy. He broke the fourth wall.
I don't want to live in that world. I want to turn my TV on and suspend my disbelief that football is a sport still.
Well, you know what? His other claim to fame is the index card, and I don't think anyone will ever forget that.
No, I did love the index card spot. I am a big mark for the index card spot.
Gene Steratore is trending upward right now.
Alan, no one's left to stand in his way.
That's true. I heard Ed Hockley's son also getting a push.
Nepotism.
Yeah.
Second generation ref. Yeah. I mean, how can you not?
And I assume Ed Hockley will be working for CBS or something.
Whoever doesn't have the ref on staff.
Maybe he's the
now.
Thursday night ref now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Perfect. When he's not in the gym getting jacked.
Yeah. Thursday's leg day.
Let's see what else is there. You hear about the Raiders and the Niners to settle who gets the like the 10th pick or something in the draft?
Yeah, the 9th and 10th picks via coin toss.
That's how we decide anything in 2018?
Football, it's all about the coin toss.
I guess so. How does that go down? I'm sure this isn't the case, but I imagine them in a stadium for some reason, flipping a coin like it's the beginning of a game.
Until we hear otherwise, I think we have to assume that that's
right?
how they do it.
Like, the teams are on the sidelines, full pads, captains charge out onto the fields. It's an empty stadium, though. Ref is there, Steratore, I guess. He flips the coin.
I have a feeling
and then everyone just goes home.
These two teams feel at home in an empty stadium.
Yeah. Wait, who won?
The Niners won.
Yeah, that's what I expected. Yeah. Okay.
Jimmy G keeping up his hot streak.
Yep.
I assume he called it in the air.
Oh, yeah. In a big-time situation like that, you put your best player on the field.
That's true. There's a lot at stake there. Upwards of one rookie at stake there.
Well, 49ers fans can thank Jimmy G for calling it in the air. Was it heads or tails?
Oof. You know what? I didn't check.
Jimmy G always calls heads.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I thought tails never fails.
Yeah, but Jimmy G's doesn't play the odds.
Okay.
Or something.
He creates his own luck.
That's right. This is sort of football-ish news. We're going to venture into baseball territory now.
Oh.
Russell Wilson and Tim Tebow's coming up.
Ooh.
And we've already seen Tebow at the plate a few times in spring training. He was batting clean up the other day.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, I feel like, did not fare so well.
He did not. But it was memorable for some of us.
Those of us who are not in the Russell Wilson camp.
Yeah.
Striking out.
Pinch hitting for one of the biggest stars in the game. And he strikes out.
Good on you, Russell. That's why he's probably sticking to football, I imagine, where he is an elite quarterback.
He is elite, yeah.
I don't know if we've gone into the tiers yet, the way that .com sees it, right?
I don't think so.
Elite sounds really important. Elite is like the lowest level of quarterback. There's starter.
No, there's journeyman.
Well, that's okay. There's journeyman, starter, elite, Hall of Fame, legendary, GOAT, or Tom Brady.
Sure.
So that means he's in the top 80% of quarterbacks.
How many elite quarterbacks are free agents right now?
There's so many free agent quarterbacks right now, or quarterbacks on the move. The biggest story of the offseason, I would say, is that they're playing quarterback musical chairs across the league.
That's true.
And we have no idea where anyone is going. It kicked off with Alex Smith.
Forgot about that.
I know. And now it's like we've got Case Keenum. We apparently have Teddy Bridgewater also potentially moving. Just in Minnesota, there's 3 because Sam Bradford might get off the couch and see if his knees still work.
Hey, he was technically active for the Super Bowl.
Technically.
I still think Foles is going to move.
Yeah, there's Nick Foles, who comes at the low price of a 1st and 4th round pick.
Yeah.
If you want a Super Bowl champion.
They want at least that much.
Yeah, minimum.
Yes. Yeah. AJ McCarron.
Who for some reason is news. The biggest news of AJ McCarron's life was that he didn't get traded to the Browns.
That's true. Hopefully he doesn't just wind up with the Browns. I can't imagine that's what they're going for.
Why axe that whole thing if you just end up doing it? You know, actually that does sound like something the NFL would do.
No, wait. He's going to be a Brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can pencil
absolutely.
that one in.
And the biggest storyline of all is Kirk Cousins, of course.
Yes.
Where does K-Money land? And how much is he going to make? Does he pull in Jimmy G's money?
I'm pretty sure he's going to break that.
Yeah.
He's going to be number 1.
I think he has to be, right? Let's role play for a second. You've got all these quarterbacks. Where do they all land?
Oh boy.
Where's Kirk go?
Kirk?
Like, if you're the NFL right now and you're like, all right, we want to make splashes across the league.
Right. They built a real contender in Minnesota, and Kirk is obviously the guy they're praising right now. I think that's the pairing they're going to go for.
They're going Kirk to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Which, fine, that's fine. But they have 3 quarterbacks, and it doesn't, especially after some of the stuff that Case Keenum did, it feels weird to throw another quarterback in there only because you do the quarterback shuffle to try to reinvigorate the fans and everything. And Minnesota doesn't need reinvigorating right now.
Yeah, it's strange. I mean, I could see maybe Keenum staying, but it just feels to me like that's what they're doing.
Okay. Then that's 3 purple quarterbacks that have to go elsewhere.
Yeah, and the problem with 3 of them coming from one team, there's not that many openings. So someone's left out, and it's going to be Sam Bradford.
No secret there.
I feel comfortable guessing that.
He will be starting the season comfortably on his couch with his feet up and his knees iced. Because he had to walk from his bed to the couch.
That's true.
He blew something on the way.
Yeah, maybe Denver winds up with Keenum then.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, why not?
I'd be fine with that. The
Cardinals need a quarterback.
Jets.
Okay. And a lot of these teams are going to draft a quarterback
right.
as well, I'm sure.
It's going to be tougher for the Cardinals. Maybe they get Teddy, you know?
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't put a lot of thought into this. Maybe, who's that leave? The Jets?
Jets need somebody.
Super Bowl MVP?
Nick Foles.
All
right.
Jets
that'd be a jump start for the Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they would be willing to give up a lot.
Yeah.
I could see it happening. We'll find out more, because this is purely speculation right now. We like to have fun as much as anybody.
Sure.
That's why we watch, right?
Yeah.
It's fun to speculate. We'll find out the answers to these questions, and we'll fill everybody in. And if we hear anything between shows, that's why we've got social media. That's why you should be following us on Twitter.
By now everyone's following us.
I think everyone is following us. Twitter's a blast. I actually don't really know how to use Twitter. But I pretend like I do.
Yeah, you call it Tweeter half the time.
That's my bad.
Yeah.
There was one big sporting event this weekend. Yes. And I feel like more news about UFC was not about the actual event that happened and more about one of its most popular ex-stars.
That's true.
Why don't you fill us in on what's going on with old John Bones Jones?
Well, okay, this guy could easily be the biggest star in the company.
Yeah, he was built up that way for years.
Yeah, but he's run into a lot of personal problems. And I suppose good on the UFC for cracking down on this stuff. But he did fail a drug test for the second time. He had his license revoked this week by the California State Athletic Commission. So there's no suspension yet. They're still waiting on that. But it sounds like he's going to be gone for a long time. And it's kind of a tragedy for what could have been the biggest star in the game.
Does he have a future anywhere else? I mean, I know that there's other places that are willing to look the other way.
That's true. I wouldn't rule that out, but at the same time, if you're UFC, I don't think you can let a guy that big go somewhere else. I think they just suck it up, stick with him through it, and he gets the third try. I mean,
we're not going to see Jack Skellington Jones in Bellator anytime soon.
I don't think so.
Damn it.
Great name, though.
And speaking of great names, that takes us to the NFL Combine, where you can watch such future stars as Saquon Barkley. Am I saying that right?
I think so, yeah. You know, recently he said that it would be awesome if the Browns drafted him. Do we believe that?
The first time anyone has ever used the word awesome to describe anything about the Cleveland Browns.
Well, he might end up there, so I guess good attitude to have.
Yeah, if you believe you're probably going there, you might as well try to be chipper about it. Hugh Jackson will be happy to tank his career for him.
Yeah. God, he's still there?
He's still there. Wow. Ironclad.
I had him penciled in as an XFL coach.
No need.
Okay.
I mean, unless the Browns secede.
Secede or kicked out.
Yeah. If the NFL ever instates, a soccer-like league system, the Browns will not make the cut.
No.
And it might be for the best, actually.
They might win 2 games in the XFL.
Let's get back to the Combine for
Sure.
a second. Now, we were going to send you to the Combine.
I politely declined the invitation. No one wants to be an Indy.
But you did watch it from the comfort of your couch.
To be fair, I watched the quarterbacks.
Well, what else is there to watch?
Yeah.
Wait, other people show up to the Combine?
Yeah, they do. I don't know what the point is.
What do they even, what?
It's all about the quarterbacks. And I sat there and watched every throw. Most throws.
Some of the throws.
This is like half the
Some
throws.
of the cool ones.
Yeah.
I YouTubed that 170-yard bomb.
So you watch as much as I do. Just kidding.
What are the big takeaways?
Big takeaways. The biggest star right now is Josh Allen, who went to a small school, Wyoming. No one probably has ever seen him play before.
Nope.
But he had everyone oohing and ahhing. He's the one who threw that 70-yard bomb. He really turned some heads. I think a lot of those teams up top might want him as their future star.
He was licking his lips.
Yeah. He was interested. Sam Darnold, who was supposed to be the top guy, opted not to throw. And that really hurt him, I think.
I don't see what the point of going to the Combine and not opting to throw is.
Yeah. It's kind of douchey to be there and just not participate.
I'm not going to do
it.
that.
Yeah.
I'm above that. The whole reason that you go is to show them that you can make all the throws.
Yeah.
So that you can play in the NFL. You're showing teams what you can do.
He really dropped the ball there. Huh?
Oh. Well, no, he didn't drop the ball because he refused to touch one.
That's true. And maybe that's what he's going for. Couldn't hurt his stock any.
You can't make the Browns interested in you if you don't give them anything to watch.
Oh, okay. Actually, he's a genius.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
I reversed my entire opinion of him.
Dang it. He got me.
He's sucking to get away from the Browns.
He's hoping to fall into the middle of the first round.
He's got a team pegged in the middle of the pack.
He wants the Cardinals.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you know what, Sam? I apologize.
It'll be interesting to see who decides to draft a quarterback, coming out of the Combine, and who goes with one of the many free agents that's on the market, right?
Yeah. I've heard some teams might double dip, get one of each.
Why not?
Double the star power,
Good point.
in theory.
As long as you grab a star power worthy rookie. Was there anyone else?
The name I have always enjoyed to watch is Josh Rosen. As a Broncos fan, if I can get anyone named Josh right now, I'm feeling pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed. Maybe it'll happen.
Maybe it'll
I know
happen.
Elway said he's willing to shoot and miss a few times. So
Yeah, he's not finished yet.
if I was a Broncos fan, I'd be worried about his tone.
His philosophy to drafting quarterbacks is Russell Wilson's philosophy to batting. Keep swinging and keep missing.
Well, if they don't make it in the NFL, luckily, come 2020, they're going to have another place to go. And that is the XFL. Which brings us to a segment we like to call Book the XFL. Every week leading up to the Book the XFL draft on April 25th, we're revealing new teams for our proposed XFL and new players of which we are going to be drafting. So, who are our players this week?
I've got 5 new players for you.
5 new players coming out.
Watching Josh Allen throw the ball made me think of another big-armed quarterback who didn't quite make it in the NFL.
Okay, that could be a lot of people.
And if it doesn't work out here, he could move to offensive line.
Okay, that gives me a better idea.
That narrows it down to 2 guys.
That's 2 guys. Honestly, I'd take either.
What I meant was JaMarcus Russell.
Damn it! Not the right one.
Hey, we've got 7 more weeks of this.
Okay,
6
okay.
more weeks. Yeah.
So the biggest bust in NFL draft history could just be the biggest bust in XFL history also.
It's never been done before.
He could be the first. Okay. Someone will make that happen. Or is he in the best shape of his life?
He could be.
What is the best shape of JaMarcus Russell's life? A pear?
He's probably about 12 years old when he's in the best shape of his life.
Who else you got?
All right. We like exciting players in the NFL. We like speed.
We do.
One of the fastest players a couple of years ago in the NFL who retired prematurely. He's only 29 years old right now. Percy Harvin.
Wow, that's a blast from the near past.
Yeah.
Man, remember when he was just the hot thing?
Yeah. What happened?
I don't know. I honestly forgot about him until this second. Was he playing for the Bills last?
Yes, he was a Bill most recently. And,
But that was a couple years ago, even.
Yeah, it was
and
2
he didn't
years.
do that much. I don't
Yeah.
think.
No, he
I don't
didn't
think
really.
he can play in the cold.
That's what it was. We'll put him in a warm weather team here.
Exactly. He can go to the Rattlesnakes. He'll perform great. Career reborn.
Got a couple recent retirees for you here.
Yeah.
Running back, Matt Forte. One of the most productive players when he was around.
Stand-up guy also.
Stand-up guy. I think he's still got the itch to play.
Oh, yeah.
The NFL may have passed him by.
But the XFL needs to build on NFL stars of old.
That's true.
Matt Forte.
Yep. Switching to defense, just retired the other day, Antonio Cromartie.
I forgot the XFL had defense,
Well,
but they do.
they do. And this guy could use a paycheck or two. That's all I'm saying.
He's got kids to feed.
He's got kids to feed.
Oh, yeah. He will jump at the chance.
Yeah. He was a big star when he was a fresh young player. And
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, he has homegrown fans.
yes. He's got the biggest fan base right now of any of these XFL players.
No, that's guaranteed jersey sales.
And then sticking on defense, you need great pass rushers.
Okay.
Right?
I won't argue that.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they'll do with the way that the XFL is set to protect quarterbacks. But
Yeah. But you need the threat of a pass rusher.
Sure. Yeah.
Here is one guy who was once said in the same breath as Von Miller and J.J. Watt.
Oh, that's caliber.
Yeah.
That's Hall of Fame level.
That is Hall of Fame level. So I propose to you, Aldon Smith.
I've read the code of conduct.
No, I think he would stand during the national anthem.
Oh, well, then he's a sure thing.
Okay.
He would definitely fit in 2001's XFL.
Yes.
And if he'll stand for the national anthem, then damn it, he'll fit in the 2020 XFL.
Also, quick amendment to the list. We had mentioned Johnny Manziel before.
Yeah.
He's trying an NFL comeback, apparently. So,
Is he?
yeah.
What team does he think he's going to land on?
I don't know, but
There's a quarterback surplus.
That's true. He's just hoping to sneak in there. At least beat Bradford out for a job. I've heard he's been talking to a number of coaches trying to
weasel his way back in somewhere.
He might have a mustache on.
As long as he doesn't go to the Browns, because I want to see Josh Gordon succeed. And those two, I don't think are great influences on each other.
No, that was the worst pair in history.
So that's our player additions for the week. They're going into our draft pool, which we will be posting on uncoveringssports.com in our XFL section. So you can follow along and keep track of all the players who are going to be eligible for our draft. Because if you want to be a GM of one of the 8 XFL teams, then tweet us or Facebook us and let us know that you want to be a GM, because we need 8 GMs to draft on April 25th for our Book the XFL fantasy draft. We had one team announced last week. That's the Texas Rattlesnakes, playing out of Austin, Texas. And we've got another team this week. Who do we have?
Playing out of Orlando, Florida, we're going to have the Orlando Nexus.
The Orlando Nexus. I like the X in there.
Yep. It's capital.
That's extreme.
It is so extreme.
I don't think the XFL stands for that anymore. But you know what? It just sounds cool.
It's just cool. That's all it is.
And that's all you need to be. Vince said it.
Yeah.
So I'll say it.
Yeah.
That's 2 teams now. We got the Rattlesnakes and the Nexus. And we're drafting on April 25th. So again, let us know if you want to be a GM. And in the meantime, follow us on Instagram too. It's cool. And on Facebook. And you can subscribe to the podcast on Google and iTunes. And that way you don't have to go searching out for it. It just shows up every week in your phone or whatever you use to listen to us. Well, that's our show for this week. We'll be back next week with more XFL news and more news from around the world of sports entertainment.
Deuces. Bum, bum, bum. That wasn't a good sound effect.
No,
I apologize.
that was a poor sound effect.
Put something over that.